Everyone, welcome back to another episode. Thanks, we woke up early today. My heart beating fast. I was nervous. Today I had to meet Nate Young, and I didn't know how to feel about it. So much had happened. My parents, Jungkook, and now Nate. But I knew I had to meet him and talk. I couldn't keep avoiding it, even though the meeting was. The evening, my stomach was already tired with nerves. I barely touched my breakfast and escaped lunch together. When it was time, I dressed simply, just a denim short dress and flat slippers. I carried a small crossbody bag for my phone and cards. While heading out, I ran into Shishonona. Thankfully, she didn't ask where I was going. I just said goodbye and catch a taxi to the restaurant. I arrived 5 minutes early and picked a quiet corner table for privacy. A waitress came to take my order, but I had no appetite, so I just asked for water. While I waited, my thoughts drifted. I remember my younger days when I believed in fairy tales and love that lasts forever, when I thought my mom would someday accept me as her own. Now life felt so far from the dream. Nathan Hyung, he used to make me feel secure, like I was enough, but with him there was no essence. Not like with Jungkook. Jungkook made me feel alive, like my heart might burst, even if it's scary and unpredictable. Being with Jungkook feels real. Suddenly, I felt someone standing in front of me. I looked up and saw Natty Hyun smiling warmly. Nate, how have you been? You look good. If you were glowing anymore, I might go blind. I laughed lightly, feeling some tension melted. Wow, Young, I thought you were different from other sushi guys. He laughed, and soon the waitress came back with his drink. If we catch up for a while, he told me about his new girlfriend and how things were going in his life. I was glad he was doing okay. Then came the silence, the kind that lets you know something important is about to say. Nitya, what happened? A few weeks after your sister passed, you broke up with me. Then months later, I see you pregnant with your late sister's husband, baby. I wouldn't lie, I was hurt. Felt betrayed, but I also decided you deserved to explain. His voice was calm, but I could feel the pain underneath. I took a deep breath and I'm sorry, Hung. I didn't mean to hurt you. She was considering surrogacy. I volunteered. I thought I was doing the right thing for her, for Jungkook, for family. I told him about my decision living at Jungkook's house, and even now, how I discovered the truth about. Listened quickly, not interrupted, just holding my hand gently at the end. Nitty, you have been through so much. Then I shouldn't have acted the way I did the last time. I hope you can forgive me. Then it's okay, Hyun. I'm just glad we are talking like this. I really need a friend right now, Nitty. You will always have me as a friend. Call me whenever you need. You will always be special to me. I smiled warmly at him, touched by his kindness. Then he smiled playfully and waved at the waitress, saying, "What are you up to now, Nitty? You will see soon." The waitress brought over 2 shots glass, one filled with soju, one other one with water. He gave me the water one and drank it. Let's toast to a new friendship. Cheers. We clicked glasses and laughed as I pretended it was strong. This drink is strong. We played along for a while until I saw my phone light up. Cook was calling. It was already past 9. Oh no, he must be worried. I told Nate I have to leave. He offered to drop me off, and although I hesitated at first, eventually agreed. Being out late in Seoul wasn't always safe, especially for someone in my condition. We arrived, and as I was about to say goodbye outside, he insisted on seeing me in. To make sure I was safe at the door, Jisununa opened it and welcomed us. I prayed she wouldn't invite him in, but she did. For a while, and just as I was about to excuse him, Jungkook walked in. The room went cold. Jungkook, good evening, Taehyung. I guess he's your guest. I chewed my jaw. That indifferent tone again. Jisoo, yes, and he was just leaving Nitty. I will get going now. As Nitty reached the door, Jungkook just had to speak again. Jungkook, don't feel pressured, even though your behavior the last time was rude. I will still treat you with respect. I wanted to scream. Jisunona quickly guided Nitty out. I gave him a small goodbye wave and rushed to find Jungkook. He has no right to treat Nitty like that. Thanks, POV. In front of door clicked shut as Nitty left, and the silence in the house settled like a heavy leg. I leaned against the door for a second, breathing in deeply. I was grateful Nitty has been kind, but my heart and mind wasn't with him anymore. No, they were trapped upstairs with someone who couldn't even look in the eyes last night. Young Jungkook, the way he talked to Nitty, the cold, sharp words, the way his jaw tightened as soon as he saw him, it made my chest edge. I wasn't angry. I was just confused. Why do you care that much, Jungkook? And if you do, why can't you say it out loud? I straightened up and walked up the stairs slowly. My steps were quiet, but my heart was racing when I reached. But said nothing. His eyes scanned my face, looking for something, maybe a clue. Taehyung, can we talk? He gave me a short nod. Third person POV. Taehyung stepped inside, closed the door behind him. The air between them was tense but heavy with something unspoken. Taehyung remained standing. Taehyung, why did you treat Nitty like that? Jungkook looked away. Taehyung, he didn't deserve that. Jungkook, he was being kind. He helped me last night when I had nowhere else to go. Why were you so cold to him? Jungkook stood up slowly. His eyes were stormy, but his voice was calm. Jungkook, because I hated seeing him next to you. Taehyung blinked. Taehyung, what? Jungkook stepped closer, just enough to shorten the space between, not enough to touch. Jungkook, I hated how easily he made you smile. I hated the way you looked relaxed with him. I hated that he got Taehyung's breathing changed. He stared at Jungkook, heart thudding in the chest. Taehyung, so you were jealous? Jungkook let out a sharp breath. Frustrated Jungkook, yes, I was jealous. I was angry. I was scared, Jungkook, because I thought you would leave me for someone who actually deserved you. Silence, Jungkook. I'm not proud of how I acted, but I can't keep pretending anymore. I have tried to ignore it. I have tried to hold it in, but I can't. Jungkook, softly, I'm in love with you. Taehyung's lips parted slightly. Jungkook, I don't care what people say. I don't care what your family thinks. I don't care about anything except you, Jungkook. So please, he stepped close. Voice trembling slightly. Jungkook, be mine. Taehyung, be my boyfriend. The words hung in the air. like finger glass. Taekook looked up at him, stunned. His chest felt tight, but not in a painful way. It was full. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then slowly, a small sigh smelled at the corner of Taekook's lips. His eyes shimmered, but not with tears, but something lighter, something beautiful. But he didn't speak. He lowered his head gently, letting out a quiet laugh through his nose, almost as if he couldn't believe what he just heard. Then, without warning, he turned around and walked to the door. Jungkook, Taekook paused at the door. His back still turned. Taekook, I'm happy you said it. Jungkook, then is that a yes? Taekook didn't answer. Instead, he glanced over his shoulder with a gentle smile and whispered, Taekook, let me think about it. And with that, he left the room. Later that night, Taekook's room, Taekook sat on the edge of the bed, hugging a pillow, heart fluttering wildly. He stared at his reflection in the window, his cheeks still pink. Taekook softly, you idiot, of course I want to be yours. But he wasn't ready to say it yet. Not because he doubted Jungkook, but because this moment was so precious. He wanted to feel it for a longer. While sitting quietly in the living room, sipping a warm tea as the soft afternoon sun filtered through the curtains, he was trying to calm his racing heart. After last night's confession from Jungkook, the memory of Jungkook's words still rang in his ears. Then, I like you no more than like you. I want to be mine. Please be my boyfriend. He hadn't replied. He couldn't, not because he didn't feel the same, but because he was overwhelmed. Too many emotions welled in his heart: fear, hope, longing. He likes me, he really does. Just as he was about to close his eyes and replay the moment again, the doorbell rang. Taekook stood frozen, his lips parted, but no words came out. His mind raced. Why are they here? Why now? Can we come in? Sungji asked gently. Taekook nodded slowly and stepped aside, unsure what else to do. He led them into the living room. Mrs. Kim looked around with distaste, but sat down anyway, crossing her legs and avoiding eye contact with Taekook. Sungji sat across him, eyes fixed on his son. You look healthy, Sungji finally trying to smile. Jungkook is taking good care of you, isn't he? Taekook gave a small nod, but kept his distance. He could feel the tension already building in the room. Oh, what do you want, Papa? Taekook asked, voice low. Mrs. Kim is cuffed, so he remembered how to speak now. Sungji, Yohana, please. Sungji said firmly. No, let's not act like everything is fine, she snapped. Why are we even here, Sungji? He clearly doesn't want to see us. This was the waste of time, Sungji. We are here because I needed to see my son. Sungji said, looking Taekook in his eyes, then flinched at the word son. He couldn't remember the last time his father used that word for him. He never came to see me before, Taekook said quietly. Not after I moved in here, not after everything with Uni. Only not even when I agreed to carry her baby. Sungji's eyes filled with tears. No, he whispered, and I regret it more than anything in the world. I should have been there. I should have fought for you. I was a coward. Mrs. Kim stood up sharply. Oh, please, don't make this sound like some. Taekook's head snapped up. I didn't ask to be born. The room went silent. Taekook stood up now, was shaking. I didn't ask to be raised in a house where I was already second. I didn't ask to be ignored, to be hated by the woman who promised to raise me like her own son. Like her own. I didn't ask for any of this. Mrs. Kim scoffed again. Then maybe you should have stayed in the shadows where you belonged. Hannah was supposed to be the heir, the pride, but now you are the one carrying her legacy. It's disgusting. Then took it back. Face pale, Sangji stood up. That's enough, Johanna. No, she yelled. You wanted to see how I feel. This is how I feel. I hate him. I hate that every time I see his face. I see you betrayal. I see the woman you slept with. I see the life I never asked for. Taekook's heart couldn't take it anymore. Stop it, he shouted, tears finally falling down his chest. Just stop. He turned around and ran into the room, ignoring Sangji's call after him. He slammed the door shut and locked it before collapsing onto the floor. His chest heaved as he struggled to catch the breath of shaking his whole body. Outside in the living room, Sangji rubbed his face, trying to hold in the tears. How could you say those things to him? He whispered. Mrs. Kim didn't answer. Her eyes looked blank now, cold but also tired. I wouldn't let you keep punishing. No, I'm choosing to stop being coward. I will love both my sons, one in memory and one in reality. You can hate me for it, but I wouldn't ignore him anymore. I heard everything. Jungkook couldn't continue. Can I come in? Taekook sat up slowly, wiped his tears and unlocked the door before crawling back to his bed. Jungkook entered quietly and closed the door behind. He didn't say anything, just walked over and sat on the edge of the bed. You don't deserve this. Jungkook finally whispered, you have done nothing wrong. I just wanted to help. I wanted to give something back to Oni. But it's like no matter what I do, I'm always wrong. Jungkook reached out and gently pulled Taekook into his arms. Taekook didn't resist. He needed the warmth more than anything. I'm here, Jungkook whispered. I'm not going anywhere. Taekook looked up at him, eyes still glassy. Why does it hurt so much? Because you have a heart too big for your own good, Jungkook said. Maybe his parents would never change. Maybe he would never hear the words he wanted from his mother. But right now in Jungkook's arms, he could breathe, he could feel, he could hope, and maybe, just maybe, he could heal. POV, the morning light poured through the soft curtains of my bedroom window, yet I hadn't slept a wink. Last night kept replaying in my mind. Jungkook's sudden confession, his jealous words, the way he looked into my eyes when he asked me to be his beyond boyfriend. I wanted to say yes, then there my heart was bursting. craving to be held by him, not just as the father of the baby I will carry, but as the man I had secretly fallen for. But I panicked. My emotions were too strong, too raw, too scary, so I ran away. Without giving him an answer, I sat up and rubbed my belly gently. We need to talk to him today, I whispered. As he made his way to the kitchen, he was greeted by a very awake Jisoo, sipping her coffee and flipping through a magazine. Jay, the cheerful housemaid, was chopping vegetables near the sink. Jisoo raised an eyebrow and smiled. Jisoo, well, look who is finally out of luck cave. Jisoo, Ajumma, you must be the pregnancy craving, waking him up early, or is it Jungkook? Then blinking. What? Jay, laughing softly. Come on, dear, you have been glowing like spring sunshine ever since Uncle started hovering around you like a lost puppy. Jisoo, he confessed, didn't he? Taehyung, embarrassed. What? How do you know? Jisoo, it's written all over your blushing face. So, what did you say? Taehyung looked down, frightening with his sleeve of his shirt. Taehyung, I didn't say anything yet. I got overwhelmed. Jay, Ajuma, I got such young love, but don't make the poor boy wait too long, He looked like a cricket puppy last night. Taehyung, smiling shyly, I'm going to tell him today. Later that morning, in Jungkook's study room, Jungkook was going through some fires thoughts. Though his mind wasn't on work at all, his fingers tapped nervously against the desk. Ever since he confessed his feelings to Taehyung, he hasn't been able to rest. He kept wondering, did I scare him? Did I cross the line? Does he even feel the same? He sighed heavily just then. Jungkook, can I come in? Jungkook immediately stood up. Jungkook, of course, come. Taehyung entered slowly, heart pounding loudly, and with each step he looked so nervous. Jungkook noticed, but there was a tenderness in his eyes. Jungkook, you don't have to say anything if you are not ready. I'm sorry for Taehyung. No, I want to. Jungkook blinked. Taehyung softly, last night I wasn't ignoring your feelings. I just needed time. I wasn't because I don't feel the same. I breathe of relief escaped Jungkook's lips. Taehyung smiling through teary eyes. I like you too, Jungkook. I really do. I was just scared it would never be real between us. That was only temporary because of the baby. Jungkook quickly moved towards him and gently cupped his face. Jungkook, it's real for me, Taehyung. It has been always been since the day you stepped into my life. I never saw you as just a surrogate or my sister-in-law. You were the warmth I didn't know. I needed them carefully. So if I say yes, what happens next? Jungkook is smiling gently. Then we take it slow together, one step at a time, until you are ready for forever. Taehyung felt his heart bloom with warmth. His lips trembled as he whispered, then I'm yours, Jungkook. Later that day, in the living room, Jisoo peeked her head in. She saw the two sitting side by side, talking with soft smiles, and tiptoed into the kitchen. Jisoo whispered to Jay. He said yes. Our baby boy said yes. Jay, Jima, I knew it. The glow was not from morning sickness. The two ladies laughed and plotted ways to tease them more. Back in the living room, Theon kept stealing glances at Jungkook, who noticed and clenched. Jungkook, you're staring, Theon blushing. I can't help it, I think I'm becoming clingy. Jungkook teasing, is that the hormones talking or is it the boyfriend effect? Theon grinning, both. They burst into soft laughter. Jungkook and resting to gently on Theon's belly. Jungkook, should we talk? The baby, you are officially together now. Damn, he probably already knows. You are. You have been sticking around like glue. Jungkook, guess I'm addicted. They smiled into each other's gaze, finding the peace for a moment after the storm. It has been, but peace rarely lasted long, especially in the house with complicated past and emotions still unresolved. Tomorrow would bring new drama, starting with an unexpected visit from Theon's father. To be continued.